And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video, as always, we are going to be going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. And our big story today is some huge Champions League news, or huge Rangers Champions League news, as a twist has emerged. We're also going to be going through the fallout, of course, of yesterday's problem with the delayed game, or the game getting postponed once again, whilst also going through some team news ahead of our clash against Ross County this weekend. But let's start with the game against Ross County this weekend. Of course, hopefully, as I said, this one will probably go ahead. I'm sure it will. Dingwall is usually quite a nice park, and should have been our last game before the split. But of course, we will be playing Dundee next week. Ahead of the clash, of course, Philippe Clement provided an update with regards to some players, and the big talking point was regarding Diamande. Of course, Diamande did pick up a knock or something in the Old Firm derby. However, it does seem as though nothing's that serious. He will miss this clash, of course, against Ross County, but shouldn't be out for too long, which probably means we are going to have Lundstrom, Dow, and Lawrence probably as our sort of midfield going into this clash. But we should have more than enough to go on and beat this Ross County team. And regardless of what team we patch together, what team we put out there, we should be getting all 3 points. There is no margin for error going forward. I've been saying that a lot on this channel. So here's hoping we can get 3 points against this Ross County side. Then, of course, as stated yesterday, we were going to be playing Dundee after the fixture was postponed for the second time yesterday. And since then, guys, there has been a lot of fallout with regards to it. Simon Jordan, who's usually comes out, gives his say around Scottish football and talks sport quite a lot, has basically came out and basically slated Rangers going into this one after he was asked his opinions on TalkSport, and yeah, basically ripped us strongly regarding our statement. This is what he said. This is the club that can't get its act together to let fans in against their biggest rivals. They are probably breaching SPFL rules themselves by not allowing away fans to the biggest rivals. So there's an irony behind that. I'm not sure why Rangers have felt the need to go so robust. They may seem to be playing the gallery to their fans, but it's a bit ridiculous and hypocritical. I don't know why they're being holier than thou. It sounds remarkably pompous and condescending. They don't have their own house in order. If you're going to stand there and start preaching to people, even if you've got validity in what you're saying, when you're pointing at other people, 4 fingers point back at you, because Rangers don't cover themselves in glory. They could have played this game last week, but it didn't suit them. I like Rangers and I want them to win the league, but I don't understand why they had to be so vitriolic. They are standing on the mountain looking down on everybody else as if someone else really meaningful. They're a significant club, but it's very high-handed and slightly unnecessary. There's probably a reason other clubs don't like the Old Firm, and that is probably it. He continued, what's the conspiracy theory then? What's behind this? Why didn't Dundee want it played? Is there something we're missing in this conversation? Why are Rangers fans and supporters suggesting this is some form of conclusion? Are they going to play Rangers now? Of course they're going to be playing them. If the pitch is waterlogged, the club could maybe do better. Yes, agreed. But maybe they just don't have the money or the means. If I was Dundee, this is what I would say. That's wonderful, but I don't give a monkey's what you think. I will be judged by the SPFL, not you. Who are you? You can't get your own house in order. You can't even get your fans coming from your rivals because you can't behave yourselves. You can't get into line. It wasn't so long ago that we were watching these clubs argue about the sponsorship of the league because it's compromised the owner of the football club who had car garages. Let's have it right. If you're going to get on your high horse and go all guns blazing at another club, you need to be perfect. I admire Rangers. I have affection for them, and I want them to win the league, but just a moment. So yeah, some strong words there from Simon Jordan with regards to the situation. Of course, quite strong from him, but I don't think he actually gets the whole situation. This isn't the first time that this club have had a game postponed due to their pitch this season, and they've had sort of 4 weeks or 3 weeks to sort it out since the last time it happened before the international break. So I don't think he knows the full story. I don't think Rangers are claiming that they are on the high ground and basically begrudging this team. But you know, it is a disgrace, and as stated, it's happened 5 times so far this season, and that's when it does become a problem, because Coventry City down in England started to get points deduction because they didn't have a the playing surface fit for purpose. And as I can understand it being once or twice at a maximum. But my goodness me, 5 times and twice of the same fixture with no sort of contingency plan with regards to it is certainly disgraceful. So I don't really believe it. In terms of what our manager has said, guys, he came out and stated it's a crazy situation because it would have not been a surprise. It could have been avoided with a faster decision to play at another venue. They should have been organised before to have plan B and plan C. It is now postponed. I understand the frustrations of other teams. A very strange situation. We cannot put the blame on the weather. In the same evening, a local team in Dundee and the pitch of Dundee United is perfect. They play every week, so we cannot say it's because of the weather. We have no guarantee it will not rain next week. The last thing I hear is that we'll hear on Tuesday at 12 p.m. We'll play on Tuesday and Wednesday, but for sure it needs to certainly be played on Wednesday because we have an important Scottish Cup game on Sunday. Playing later than Wednesday would be crazy. It has already impacted our preparations for the semi-final. That is a disadvantage to us. So, of course, Philippe Clement not buying this sort of crap that's coming out of Dundee at this moment in time. And to be honest, I'm sick of it. I'm going to park it up probably until it comes up next week again. But my goodness me, there is no excuses due to the poor weather, and this is something that we need to try and sort out. It is Dundee's fault, in my personal opinion. As stated, Tannadice is a stone throw across the thing, and they have a perfect pitch, as they provided on their social media updates today. So there has been a lot of fallout. Everyone has their whole opinion with regards to it, but what needs to happen is that game needs to be played on Wednesday, and I don't want to hit the word Dundee again because they're going through my head. Now, in today's main story, guys, with regards to the Champions League situation, look, of course, very, very plain and simple. We win the league this year. We go straight to the Champions League phase. Absolutely no problem at all. However, there has been a bit of humming and hawing with regards to second. And whilst usually we finish second, we have to go through sort of 3 qualifying rounds. However, there was a situation with the new revamped Champions League that, in fact, if we finish second, only if Rangers finish second, not Celtic if they finish second. If Rangers finish second, then we may also still go an automatic space into the Champions League. However, that hit a huge blow recently, of course, as if you be monitoring the Portuguese league at this moment in time, there is some bad news with regards to it. For us to finish second in the league and still go into the Champions League automatically, we need basically Benfica to win the title and Sporting Lisbon to come second. However, Sporting Lisbon are now top of the table with a game in hand and are 4 points clear of Benfica with only 6 games left for Benfica. Now, if Sporting finish second, then Rangers would very likely get an automatic Champions League qualification, regardless of whether we finish first or second. Now, though, unlikely that Sporting will finish second, and also Rangers, like Celtic, would only qualify for the first edition of the Champions League, either by winning the title or progressing through to qualifying rounds in August. So, a bit of a blow. Of course, it would have been nice to have that sort of safety net if we did finish second to still get the riches of the Champions League going into straight into the sort of group stages. But it's more incentive to go on and win the league title. We win the league title, I couldn't give a rat's ass what happens to second place. But it's something probably at the end of the season we'll probably look at and go, well, actually, it would have been quite good to go into automatic space into the Champions League. So if we finish second, guys, it's not looking likely we're going to get this automatic Champions League spot due to the situation that's currently happening in Portugal. But as stated, it just means we're going to have to go win the league title. If we can play games, that is. But Rangers fans, that's all I've really got for you today, guys. As always, please do let me know your thoughts on the situation with regards to Dundee, score predictions for the game against Ross County, and let me know your thoughts with regards to the Champions League. Will we be playing Champions League football yet next season? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.